One word, what characteristic do you think makes a good TEDx speaker?
Do you know that consumption of paneer in Pune city and surrounding areas has been one of the major causes of wild forest fires in the Western Ghats?
Hello and welcome to this very special series, Voice of Achievers in Sync with TEDxPune. And we have with us Amey, the licensee of TEDxPune. Welcome to this very special series, Amey.
Thank you, Yashika.
Sabse pehle, the first and foremost thing that we're gonna be addressing, what is the difference between TED and TEDx?
Okay. So TED as a platform and as a movement started in 1984 in the US. And over a period of time, it became a platform of sharing incredible ideas. It started gaining credibility in a big way there was a point when they wanted to take this movement globally, and to make sure that all the brand guidelines are followed across, they started TEDx. So outside of US, everywhere a TEDx event is hosted, and that's how when in 2010 the TED Anchor program started. TEDxPune has been part of that program, and it's been happening since 2010.
So that means 15 years of TEDxPune. Almost.
Almost, yeah.
Amazing.
Almost.
That is incredible. Kudos. Now, I think what we want to address is what makes a TEDx speaker.
Okay, that's a very intriguing question, and you have hit the nail right from the start. Everyone is very curious on how this TEDx Pune speaker is selected, or generally how to become a TEDx speaker. So the first thing that I wish to share with everyone that I have learned from 8 years of volunteering at TEDx Pune is it is not the speaker that matters, it is the idea that matters.
Interesting.
And we as a team try to keep hunting for ideas throughout the year. It's a rolling process. Through social media, through newspapers, through magazines, by attending events, by meeting people, by generally being watchful, we keep looking for great ideas. And by the virtue of great ideas, we land on meeting interesting people who are working on those ideas. And then there are proper guidelines to curate a TEDx talk, which we follow. It is not unprepared of a talk. It takes good 6 to 8 weeks to sort of constantly work with someone who has an idea, and then make sure that in about 10 to 14 minutes, that entire knowledge is shared with a great impact on the audience.
This is very interesting, and I think everyone would want to know that how is it that you find, tell us about the kind of speakers. Like you said, ki ideas matter more than a conversationalist for that matter, because you can train and hone the speaker.
Yes.
So, how would you select a good idea from a not so great one?
Well, technically there is no good idea or not so good idea. Every ideas leave impressions, and this is also the theme of TEDxPune 2025. And what we do is every year we come up with a theme, and we try to align a few ideas with the theme of that year, right? So I wish to give some examples of what ideas we are going to present on the event 19 July this year.
Nice.
Okay. So,
so that's 19 July 2025.
Yes. Yeah. And without revealing the names of the speakers, say for example, just try to understand or interpret the theme of impressions, right? It starts from deep inside our heart. When you look at your mirror every day, you see a different person. In the morning and in the evening, when you look at your mirror, you see a different impression of yourself. So we have a speaker who is going to dive deep into being yourself, right? And how you should evolve as a human. Something that we do every day, but so unobvious that if spoken from an idea like stage like TEDx, maybe it will leave some thoughts in people's minds. That's another criteria.
Nice.
If an idea is shared from the stage, it should create some ripples of thoughts. It should lead to more ideas in the audience's mind. The idea needs to be all encompassing. Like another speaker, she's a top scientist on genes and biology in India. And we are going to talk about some extremely futuristic ideas like synthetic genes. Yes. And it may probably solve great problems like cancer. And we are very thankful that such a research is happening in India.
Nice.
So we have someone to talk about it, right? And then, do you know that consumption of paneer in Pune city and surrounding areas has been one of the major causes of wild forest fires in the Western Ghats? Completely, to us, are dissociated events, but they are interlinked, right? So how does this happen? So we have a researcher on geology and forest who has come up with this hypothesis, and they have research which they have submitted to the government of Maharashtra.
Very interesting.
Right? So these are some of the ideas which can potentially touch upon everyone's lives without knowing their gender, without knowing their age, right? Or their background professionally and personally. But certainly when they'll hear this, will leave them thinking. So yeah.
Very nice. Before we kind of wrap this particular episode up, tell us in one word, what characteristic do you think makes a good TEDx speaker?
Characteristics of a good TEDx speaker. Well, I am...
any top two?
Okay, I'm no one to really point out what are the top two characteristics, but certainly what I have learned over these many years of volunteering is someone who is genuinely able to dissociate themselves from their idea I think that is a true characteristic, which I've often identified in great TEDx talks, is that the person is able to talk about the idea without even touching upon themselves, without any personal story.
So you mean to say the I is separate from the idea?
Yes. Perfect. Yeah. Very well put up. Very well put up. Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely. So that was an exciting discussion, and stay tuned for more such exciting updates. Also, what is it that you would want to ask Amey or the team of TEDx Pune? Do share with us. In the next episode, we're going to share the entire process and the preparation behind honing a TEDx speaker, or what goes behind the scenes from rehearsals to the stage. Stay tuned.
Who knows how long I've loved you?